waveforms to control our volume.
Yeah,
A little
I
bit.
get really into it. So I'm not even looking at that.
I know. I feel like it's because it's your house that you feel very. Well, actually, no. You're loud in my car too.
I'm very loud. I'm loud in all places. Yeah, I'm and this doesn't help.
Well, it'll help in other ways.
Cheers.
Well, how about you? Welcome to another episode of Embarrassed by Night podcast, hosted by two Vietnamese-American stand-up comedians.
We're balding.
I thought that this was going to be the first time that we get to avoid having to say that because they know.
They know.
They know from the hats.
Yeah. I never wore hats until I started balding during the pandemic.
Really? I was a pretty big hat guy.
I used to hate my face in hats, and I still do.
Well, we'll put on the that nice filter that these cameras come with.
They have filters.
Yeah.
For balding.
You can fix your face. You can make your face more
contoured. Like the little jaw line. Mm-hmm. I love a good jaw line.
And then you can make your
on a man
your features softer.
Strong jaw, soft features. Mm-hmm. Strong jaw, soft face.
Welcome to another episode of Strong Jaw, Soft Face.
Hosted by two strong-jawed, soft-faced Vietnamese-American comedians.
Podcast celebrating Vietnamese culture and beyond. This is Andy Van. I'm Fred Lake.
Back, ladies and gentlemen. It's the new year. First of all, I'd like to thank everybody who came to the show January 28th in San Jose. That was an amazing show. Like we saw some great acts, some new acts we haven't introduced to the world yet.
Made some new friends in the Embarrassed by Night stable of comedians.
Really,
Swat Mai, whose name we still don't know how to pronounce.
Yes, we don't know, and at this point it's too late to ask.
Again, we met a very cool new friend named To from Sacramento.
She does great art. Oh my gosh, she's so cool. She's one of the coolest people I think I've met in the scene, especially in Northern California. She's just really, really, like, her energy, her vibe is just amazing, honestly.
Yeah, I really appreciate, it's really, it feels rare, especially doing comedy in LA, to meet somebody who's just so clearly, genuinely themselves.
Yeah, exactly. An honest person, right? Someone who doesn't, like, think too much about the bullshit that comes with being in LA. Mm-hmm. Yeah, even at our level, which is not a very high level.
Oh, it's rampant.
Yeah, it's really bad. Yeah, I'm surprised. I don't trust you.
You shouldn't.
Yeah.
I've been stealing from here.
We've been shooting in my house. I've been missing a lot of edibles. He doesn't even smoke, so I don't know where they're going.
I just do it for the thrills.
He has hot hands. We call him Fred Hot Hands Lay. But yeah, 2 is great. Duat, I don't know.
Okay, let's just leave that part in.
I don't know. I'm leaving that in. It's true. That's honest. I don't know what he is so funny. He said. I mean, it's so cool that we had him open because right away he kind of like set the tone of like, okay, this is gonna be a goofy, fun show, mm-hmm. You know. And he had this one joke that it keeps me up at night. Let me see if I can remember this. It was so funny. He goes, "Oh man, I saw a tree that was standing, but it was dead. I wish people could do that." And he starts talking about building a house with these trees and his family. You remember this bit?
No, I was running around.
All right, I'm gonna hit the beat. I'm not doing it justice, but it's one of my favorite new jokes I've heard in all year.
I think as long as you send him $1 after you do the joke on the podcast,
I'll Venmo him. Actually, if you guys want to Venmo me, if you guys want to hear me do Duat's joking, outsource. Okay, so the joke is, I saw a tree standing. It was dead. I wish people could do that. Then I would build a log cabin with all of my dead family members, but they're going to face inward because I'm lonely. And the audience is like, what the fuck? And then we're like, this is a weird premise. This is the premise, right? And then he goes, yeah, but if I want to spank my wife, I have to go outside because she's facing it and spank her.
I don't remember this joke at all.
And nobody, I mean, the comedians are dying. We're dying in the back because it's like, we've never heard this. And I think a lot of like half the audience got it, half wasn't sure, but he just barrels through. He's a pro. Like, he just keeps going, and he's so funny. But that joke in particular from Duat really stuck out to me. I was like, I don't even know where to begin to analyze this joke. I don't even know. But those are the best kind of jokes where you just like know. You just know it's funny. You can't explain it. You just know it's funny. Anyways, I'm so happy to have him. He's gonna definitely be back one of these shows for sure.
He could take my spot.
Dude, I would watch 30 minutes of him. I really would. I would watch 30 minutes just to see what he fucking says.
That's funny.
He's so funny, yeah. But all the comments were great, obviously, and we're happy to have all of you guys who came to watch. Sorry if you missed it, but you can catch us next time. I don't know when next time will be.
I think they saved the live stream.
Can we get that?
Yeah. Well,
Can we get that?
I don't think they should see it.
Oh no.
I don't think it came over.
God damn it! I would love that tape.
Yeah, they definitely will.
Okay, they like us, right?
Yeah, they had a blast. They liked us so much that they cut us the check that night.
Really?
Yeah.
They usually don't do that.
Yeah, and I was able to take it to the bank and then rewrite the checks so I could have my just producer's fee.
You know, I didn't. I'll be honest with you, Fred. I didn't
Check.
check the numbers. I just believed you, and I was like, "Yeah, it's fine.
Looks great. Looks legit.
I don't deserve any more than whatever you're giving me, so I'll take it." It was a good show. Great show. I had a blast. I wish I could have. I wasn't drinking at the time, so I wish I could drink with my friends, and that would have been really enjoyable. But
Possibly enjoyable.
for me,
Yeah.
definitely enjoyable for me.
Yeah,
It's enjoyable for me every time when I drink.
it's kind of a crapshoot for your guests.
Yeah, but who doesn't love craps? Isn't
Okay.
when you're winning at craps? Isn't it fucking fun?
I like that. I like that you would.
Why do
you
people,
just
why are people so negative about gambling? I don't understand. It's a blast.
Because I might end up with my feelings hurt.
Yeah, or you might end up rich as fuck.
What's the nicest thing you've ever done for somebody while you were fucking drunk?
The nicest thing?
Yeah.
I probably helped people while they were hurt, or like, you know, not like save lives or anything, but definitely like taking care of really, really serious situations.
So first aid.
Hey, it's a zinger.
I bought somebody's lunch when I was eating by myself in San Francisco.
Oh wow.
No, I was just having a beer at a pho restaurant in Tenderloin.
Wow.
And I was killing time before I had this event, and then this
Those are beautiful details.
this young black dude comes into this pho restaurant in Tenderloin. And he's like staring at the menu for a while. He's like really focused on it. You can tell that he doesn't get Vietnamese food a lot. And it was New Year. Waiter came by. He's like, "Hey, you ready to order?" He's like, "I'm still not sure yet." And I was like, "Oh, this guy's like, really trying to enjoy his rare Vietnamese meal." So I just paid for his meal.
Oh wow, that's really nice of you.
And then on my way out, I was like, "Hey man, I got your meal," but I just only wanted to say that because I didn't want to think that I needed anything in exchange.
Yeah.
It's like, "All right, man, okay," leaning away so I can
Neoing away, trying to like get
lean closer.
Yeah, I mean, this is a very sweet story. It sounds, you know what they should do? They should make this into like a Nickelodeon special.
The $20 stranger pho.
Yeah. And then 20 years later, you meet up with them as a reunion again.
And then he's like, "Yeah, that shit gave me food poisoning."
Were you the guy that started a spiral that destroyed my life for years?
I should have known to not eat in a place called the Tenderloin.
I haven't seen my daughter since that day. Your face haunts me every night. I'm like, "What's your name, sir? Please, what's your name?"
Andy Van.
Andy Van!
Look at this
I
spiking.
will kill you.
Look at how hard that fucking peak is. It's peaking so loudly.
Sorry, you knew that was coming. I portended that. You knew that was coming. Come on.
But yeah, I was in SF after the show, and then I got to spend some time watching Chinatown festivities. SF Chinatown.
Yeah.
Because I rarely get to go out that.
How was you did Sketchfest, right?
Yeah, I did one set at Sketchfest.
Yeah, I heard that you did great.
Very prestigious.
Yeah. I'm gonna do it next year, I think.
Everybody gets a turn.
Yeah.
You're next.
And winnings go back to you. It's like the Zodiac. You gotta,
You're the cat.
yeah.
But my friends I was staying with in SF, they didn't want to go with me to Chinatown. They wanted to go to some fucking Russian spa. Racists.
They should have gone to a different one.
No, they
non-denominational.
They should have celebrated New Year with me.
With an Asian spa.
But they're like, no, or whatever a Russian accent sounds like.
No, that's German. Russian is.
Actually, we're not supposed to do Russian because we're not supposed to support them.
Yeah, that's Russian. No, it means it's very easy to do. I speak fluent Russian.
Yeah, I can't believe that you did that. So the reason why you brought that up is because my friends went to a Russian spa instead of going with me to San Francisco Chinatown.
Yeah.
So I went alone. I went alone to a parade.
Nothing wrong with going alone to a parade.
35-year-old single man with a backpack and a flask of Jameson.
You probably look like an alcoholic Russell from Up. It's a great parade, though.
Top 10.
Top 10, is that what they say?
Top 10 parades in the
nation. Can I name 5 better parades?
I think they just rank them by how loud they are.
Oh, that can't be true.
I bet.
Macy's is the biggest one.
Yeah, Macy's gotta be pretty loud, but the fireworks, I'm talking like the firecrackers, are why I think it's so high in the rankings.
Firecrackers, they're just like spicy white people.
I don't think you could even beat Mardi Gras though. New Orleans Mardi Gras.
Oh shit! Is that a parade?
Yeah, that's a parade. That's
Damn.
like
I thought it was
like
a big
multiple
party.
day parade.
Huh.
That's probably the best and the loudest. And you know what? I'm gonna stand by that.
Okay. I mean, I didn't realize they walk around in a circle or something.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of walking.
Huh.
You didn't stay up late to watch Girls Gone Wild infomercials?
I didn't focus on the organizations.
That taught me everything that I
know
need
about
to
Mardi
know
Gras?
about Mardi Gras. Yeah, it's loud and there's boobs.
Dude, I mean, I watch a lot of late night Girls Gone Wild.
So you did
infomercials, but I don't remember. Like, that's where I learned what spring break was.
Okay, that's not a parade though.
That's not a parade, but I assume they were all kind of like that. So the Mardi Gras or whatever festivity, New Year's or whatever. I think they had a Christmas edition even once.
That's fun.
Yeah,
that's very wholesome.
Very very holiday classic. One of the holiday. Isn't that and like Peanuts for me?
You just have those on in the background.
Yeah, It's a Wonderful Life sometimes.
Yeah. So back to this fucking parade thing. That was meant to be a 30-second anecdote.
Sorry, dude.
Which turned into a 2-hour ordeal because the fucking batteries went out.
Oh my god. Okay, it's parade.
I went to this parade by myself, 35 years old,
Yeah.
single man, with a backpack on.
Mm-hmm.
And I was standing there in this door frame because it had a great view, but the parade workers were trying to clear it out. But I, just being a quick thinker, was like, oh no, I live here. And they're like, okay, well, you can stay if you live here.
Yeah.
And then so I just stayed in this door frame, and the parade didn't start. It was like 2.5 hours late.
Oh my god! So how long did you wait?
So I stood in this door frame by myself, and then people were clearing out people around me, like, you can't stay here, move.
So you have to commit to this lie.
I committed to just pretending that I lived in this door frame.
Okay.
Or at the place who's.
Imagine if you tried
to
try to keep on convincing them. So I live here. Look, I live. All right.
Telling them without them even.
Yeah, I live
acknowledging
here.
me.
I live here. And look.
Do you guys need anything from upstairs?
Yeah, I'll go get it. You should start opening doors, trying to like. Oh shit! Trying to keep up this lie.
So that happens, and I'm just like, I'm bored. I'm stuck there. So
Yeah.
I have a little flask of Jameson, so I'm just sipping that.
Yeah.
Passing the time, and then the parade finally starts. And then I'm watching it. I'm like, oh, okay, this is fun. Great view. Watching all the people go by, all the police officers. And I'm not like a pro cop guy or anything, but I've just seen the police officers with these beaming faces and waving, and then hearing the parade announcers saying, like, let's give a warm thanks to the people who keep us safe. And just something just overtook me. Yeah. And then I see like the firemen going by SFFD.
Yeah.
And then riding their fire trucks. And this dude had his kid, his baby, or his young child on his lap.
Or someone's young child.
Somebody's young child on his lap.
Yeah.
He's riding the fire truck, and there's just joy. And I lost it.
You started crying?
I started crying in this door frame.
of your apartment.
Yeah, I could have went upstairs.
Yeah, you should cried upstairs.
I should have went upstairs and buried my face in my pillow.
Yeah, because you were living there. Yeah.
But no, I was like, no, I gotta keep watching this parade.
Yeah, you overcome with like this like society, like what is like civilization.
I don't know.
You want to explore this?
I don't know why I was crying so bad, but it's just something about the fatherhood. I think.
Oh,
Maybe
okay.
The proud fathers. Really fucked me up.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then so I'm just in this doorway, just like trying to discreetly wipe away tears, but people are seeing that there's something wrong with this crazy
No, but
man.
if you had done your job correctly, which you always do your job correctly, they would be like, it's okay, he lives here. It's okay. It's we know he's crying.
Yeah, nobody checked up on me.
Yeah, it's okay because they know at any time you're choosing to be here because you live right here.
Yeah, and I need to soak in that fatherhood.
I feel like this is something Fred the friend needs, and not Fred the co-host. So I'm not sure if I want to go here. I'm there for you, dog. I'm there for you. Just maybe not right now. Do you want to do this?
No.
What does your dad mean to you?
Well, he's definitely not a parade daddy.
Yeah, but
He's
it's
more of a spring break dad.
The symbol is spring break daddy. Oh, I think I've seen his videos.
$9.99.
So stupid, dude. Those girls gone wild.
But anyways, that's a memory that I'm just gonna have to keep
Yeah.
forever and probably never tell anybody else again.
And now everyone else has to fucking keep it too. Thanks for telling everybody.
Yeah, that was a very weird time. I was just like, what the fuck is wrong with me? Hold it together. Hold.
They're all watching. Dad's watching.
They're clearing people away from you.
Committing to that lie is so funny because you're even at some point you gotta be like, I can move. I can move, but I've already lied too much not to.
I can move and come back because I live here. I didn't even think about that. I didn't even fucking think about that. I was like, I'm stuck here.
You could have left it at any time.
I know.
You stood for 2 hours.
I was afraid that somebody else would take my lie. That was why I never moved.
That's why you were crying, bro. Because you're physically weary from standing when you had no reason to. Oh my god, you know what? Actually, you were crying because a fireman drove by. He had a kid in his lap, and you're like, oh my god, I wish I could sit in a lap. Any lap, I'm so tired.
I have a backpack. Why don't I put my backpack upstairs?
Nobody believed you, bro. Nobody believed you.
No, I mean, everybody was like, I don't want to deal with this, at least. So they're like, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, he lives here, though. But they had to tell all of the other people that they're shooing away.
Yeah.
Like, the people are like, why does he get to stand here? And they're like, oh, he lives here. He lives here. He thinks he lives here.
He thinks he lives here. San Francisco. And they all live here.
And he's on the verge of tears, so I'm not going to fucking
you talk to him out. You do it. You tell him to leave. Look at him.
So that, and then when had the Sketchfest party.
That's good. You should have just gone to a fucking Russian spa, bro. You should just gone to a spa.
That would have been $60, but I got a free parade.
Dude, no physical cost in dollars, but the emotional cost. Just the heavy emotional toll it took on you, bro. Was that worth it, bro?
Yeah, $60 is a lot of money.
That's true. It is a lot of money. I agree, actually. We'll just deal with it. And that's how we invent trauma. It's just cheaper to deal with the therapy, bro.
Is this trauma though? This
No.
is just me. This is just me being sad in a doorway.
That sounds fucking traumatic.
That's not traumatic. I think it's funny.
It's really funny. Yeah, it's funny. It's really funny. But the both can be the same thing. Both can be true. I mean.
I think it could have been traumatic.
Yeah.
Somebody else could have been like, "You don't fucking live here. What are you doing?
Who are you? Who do you think you are?
Just take your backpack and get out of here."
God damn it. The homelessness in the city is just getting just so much worse. I swear to God. I'm doing my part though. I'm buying pho for people in Tenderloin.
No, that was me.
Oh.
And look what I get for supporting the community. So I'm a parade guy now.
Love parades.
I think I'm gonna check out a few more of these and figure
Mardi
out what
Gras.
the hell's wrong with me.
Mesa. We could go parade chasing.
Yeah.
That'd be sick.
Well, what other parades are there in LA? Oh, the Gay Pride.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The
Oh
gay
my
parade.
God,
It's massive.
just imagining that same story for the Gay Pride parade.
I live here. I'm just watching,
Don't worry, honey, I live here.
crying, crying.
Crying at the weirdest times.
This would be a really good, like, either something we actually do, or like a good Little Miss Sunshine movie.
Just chasing.
Parade chasing.
We have to figure out why he cries at these parades.
He cries every time. He stands for 3 hours, way longer.
Oh yeah. He won't accept a seat.
Yeah. It's like, we don't care if you live here or not. Just sit. Your legs, they're shaking.
Like baby deer legs.
Oh my god, like just like a fawn just being born.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah, it's terrifying. The Gay Pride Parade, Macy's, Mardi Gras, Chinatown.
Well, let me ask you this: when was the last time you cried in public?
Beta Breakers? You count Beta Breakers?
Oh yeah, when you cried?
No. I turkey trot. No, I didn't cry. I almost cried. That really hurt. That turkey trot 10K race really hurt physically, but I didn't cry. I don't know the last time I cried. Period, bro.
Whoa, just a calloused hunk of person.
Nah, I cry sometimes. I tear up in movies. I tear up in movies for sure.
Yeah, I cry at a lot of movies. The Last of Us.
I didn't cry at The Last of Us.
You know what got me for The Last of Us? When he's spoiler alert. We'll just cancel out this part.
I got you.
I love bravery. I love seeing like bravery depicted on screen. So I'll cry at those.
I like humanity, so bravery is part of that. But I also really like when people get shut down.
You cry that?
No. I cry like when maybe a movie at a theater.
Okay.
That's the closest I can think.
I don't want to make you reach for it, so I'll just say that counts, but that doesn't fucking count.
As a kid, I never cried at any movie until I saw The Notebook with a good friend of mine, and I wanted to be able to tell a girl I liked that I cried during The Notebook, so I forced myself to cry during The Notebook.
Do you still operate that way?
No.
Like you can't tell a lie, so you have to make it reality first. Before you...
No. I was just.
Because that's pretty noble of you.
Is it?
So, yeah, you don't want to start off a relationship on a lie
Yeah.
with a girl.
But I'll fabricate the truth. I'll manufacture.
Yeah,
the truth.
that's very Nathan Fielder.
It's not a lie.
Yeah,
I've never lied.
of course, and that's technically good. I love the way that he looks at humanity. He's just trying to be a correct person.
Yeah, I've always thought Nathan Fielder was like, what he's doing is he's mocking us for having emotions. Like he's mocking all the moral bullshit. Like he's satirizing. Like this is what you want, right?
I think sincerely, because I've read a couple features on him. I think he sincerely has that concern about himself that he's like, I can't really like empathize sometimes, or I don't feel these feelings that I see frequently. And
So he's like autistic, but he's like trying to sort himself out.
I don't want to diagnose him, but
Yeah. Autistic-y.
just has some of those. He just can't figure out why.
Yeah.
And he's also hilarious enough to know like, oh, wouldn't it be funny if I did this?
Yeah. That makes sense. They say Nathan Fielder is like, thank God he's into comedy, because if he was into anything else, he'd be a fucking serial killer. Like no matter what he did, he would just be just he's a psychopath. But that's just people interpreting like that, like lack of empathy in that certain way, right?
Yeah, but I don't think he has any malicious intent. Wait, hang on. If you watch like earlier episodes of Nathan For You, he kind of doesn't give a shit about some of the people who he might hurt.
That's how I feel about Tony Hinchcliffe too, when he does roast comedy sometimes. I saw one special of his where he brought a man on stage. I think it's the La Jolla Comedy Store. And I think Tony's headlining, and he's like randomly picking people to roast because he's good at what he does, right? So he gets an old man, puts him on stage, and like the old man's kind of like going with it. And at one point, the old man wants to leave, but Tony just pulls him back in and just keeps going. Like, you look like that. And he just keeps ripping. And it's kind of awkward. But people are laughing. But it just doesn't really seem like the dude is super into it. But not that he's not into it. Like, he can come on record and be like, oh, I was into it. I just didn't realize that. I thought the timing was done, so I went off stage. We don't know what the truth is, right? But it doesn't look good.
Yeah, that's a bummer too. That's something that you can already tell. Like a bunch of people would be like, "Then why would you go to a comedy? Why would you go to a Tony Hinchcliffe show?"
Yeah.
But I don't want to have my feelings hurt. I want to have a good time.
Yeah. People are like, everyone wants everyone to be super chill about everything all the time, and that's not realistic. Human beings don't operate in that way.
Well, that's why some people just know to avoid a Tony Hinchcliffe show.
Yeah, I like Tony Hinchcliffe. I like his comedy.
We invented fire powder.
Not every joke. Not every joke.
Give it up for this filthy fucking Chank, everybody.
Yeah, I'm not saying everything that he's done is good, and I don't think he should be saying Chank on stage, but I like his comedy. Like, I like Louis C.K.'s comedy, but I don't know if I would advocate for what he did.
Okay, let's go back to Nathan Fielder then, because I was just thinking about something.
Uh-huh.
We get what somebody like Nathan Fielder is doing, right?
Yeah.
But could you imagine having to explain to like your Vietnamese parents what Nathan Fielder is or even does?
My dad would do something very specific. We would sit in the living room to watch it, and I would try to explain it. My mom would politely try to figure it out. My dad would not get it, and after 20 minutes, he starts watching like this. He starts standing up. And it's just like,
Jesus Christ.
Sometimes he used to do it as a kid. I remember just like sit his belly and then like leave and then like have a cigarette, come back.
And you guys are watching like Family Double Dare or something.
Yeah, something ridiculous. Something
hella
like it would be like a rom-com. It would be right, but he's like not
50
really.
First Dates.
Yeah, or something. It's just like, and I think he knows, like, he gets the movie. He's not really into it, or if he doesn't get it, he just doesn't give a shit. He's like, why am I wasting my time with this?
I love that he just flashes his belly.
No, he's not. He's
such a primal instinct.
Yeah. Yeah.
What is this? Like, I feel like that would be something that you see at the zoo.
No. My dad is a beast. He's a beast. Yeah, he's cool. Really it's just like a silly, just like, and I do it too. I catch myself doing like weird things too, like when I'm watching things
and you're ready to go.
I'm just not into it. I either mine is worse. Mine is I get talky.
Oh really?
If I'm not into it, I'm like, I can't do this. And I'll say why. Like, what is he doing? That's way worse, I think.
Yeah, I just turn shit off and then forget that I ever started watching it.
I can't watch The Bachelor without saying something. That's mostly it. Last of Us, like the
But
music.
you love it though, right?
I like watching it because I like to like riff and like just like make fun of the people on the show.
Okay.
Yeah, I hate watch it.
Okay.
There are some legitimate moments though. I will say that. I'm not. There's moments like, oh, damn, that's pretty interesting. But by and large, I'm more frustrated with humanity when I watch it than actually enjoy it. But it's enjoyable.
I remember the other thing that I wanted to ask you was, do you do a lot of shows where people don't ever go to a comedy show?
I think the Embarrassed by Night shows are right like that.
Yeah, but however, people will show up knowing like, oh, they know what to expect though. Like they know to expect Vietnamese warmth.
Yeah.
I just remember this one time I did a show, like kind of at the beginning of when people were starting to do shows post-pandemic. Mm-hmm. And a few of these people who sat like in the middle were like, oh, I don't want to be sitting here. This is that third wheel. This is that fucking third wheel. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe like half of the audience were like fans of the friend who put it on. Mm-hmm. And knew him from just like online stuff. Mm-hmm. So they're like, oh, he's doing a live show. Let's go see the live show. And I remember these specifically two guys were nervous as hell
To be sitting in front.
to be sitting. Yeah, they weren't even like that in front, but they were just like so nervous because they didn't want even the slightest possibility that they would be called out
Yeah.
and have the attention put on them.
Yeah. Huh. That's something I don't.
That's something we gotta fucking exploit.
I mean, some people do.
Yeah.
Some people do. A lot of comics make a living just like crowd working people who don't want to be there.
Yeah, that's tough though, because then you're just scaring them away.
Yeah, it's kind of messed up, but it's part like what's fun about comedy is that there's so many things that are part of the whole thing that most people aren't aware of that you can like. There are real genuine surprises we can create as comedians because of that.
Mm-hmm.
So is part. I think is part of the whole umbrella of like anything can happen at any time. I like that idea.
So why don't you do fucking improv then, bro?
I do. I love improv. I started with improv, but improv don't like you me.
Did you just improvise that?
It's top of the dome, baby.
Damn.
Right off the dome. It's beautiful, haired dome when I put in the filters.
Anyways, use our discount code if you want to get 40% off your first.
Oh, we need to create discount. Oh, yeah, we need to create the Eventbrite. Sorry,
Okay, let's talk shop.
Yeah.
We have about 40% more battery left.
Let's just have a meeting right now.
So much to talk about.
Where were we?
I was going to talk to you about Vietnamese school, but
Oh, yeah.
I don't think we have time for that.
Yeah, 10, 15 minutes. We can talk about it.
Did you go to Vietnamese school?
I went to a Saturday school through the church,
Okay.
through the Vietnamese Catholic Church.
And how much percent of that was like fun?
I have a lot of bad. I didn't like it when I was doing it for sure.
And like I think you and I talked about this a little bit.
Yeah.
Like we caught a couple bullies.
Oh yeah, I was bullied for sure.
Yeah. San Jose Vietnamese adolescents around our age were mean.
Yeah.
They had that post-war anger
Yeah.
embedded in them.
They got beat at home, and they took it out on us.
Yeah, dude, I remember my best friend growing up went to Andrew Hill, and I would hang out at his house on weekends, and it was just nonstop cacophony.
At his parents' place.
Yeah, like I think he was like I think he was ethnically Chinese, so they would be yelling at each other in Cantonese and Vietnamese.
Oh, that's both.
So that's loud as fuck.
Yeah.
When you
Damn.
add those together,
Well, was one Vietnamese, one Cantonese, or they intermix both?
they intermixed it.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I think sometimes when they didn't want me to hear what kind of corporal punishment they were threatening each other.
Oh wow.
But yeah, that kid
They're threatening to beat each other.
That kid just grew up knowing screaming.
Yeah.
Like that was how he got his way.
Yeah.
Not in a malicious way.
Yeah.
But like how to get his brother to fuck off.
Yeah.
Just scream at him until he cries.
Yeah. That's how we all do it, right? That's how we all do it, right?
I'm usually the one who cries,
Okay.
and then I get my way.
And I usually scream when I get my way.
Yeah.
So
Well,
we're
Look at that peak, by the way.
oh, it's gonna be good. It'll be fun to work with.
Yeah, well, I'm the one who has to do it.
Sorry.
But yeah, I was just thinking about that again because when I was editing the video, just reflecting on my relationship with the Vietnamese language. Like I hated Vietnamese school so much to the point that my mom would have to yank me from the bed. Like I would hang onto the bed.
Wow.
Like a fucking cartoon character.
Yeah.
And she would like try to like pull me. She's like, you have to learn your poetry.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
I just don't think that school did. I mean, it's still operating now, and they're responsible for so many like wonderfully enriched young people, and they have a great community. But I don't like some of their approaches to teaching Vietnamese.
Didn't your mom teach Vietnamese?
She did.
She still does?
Yeah.
Oh.
But it's stuff like why are you gonna teach a kid to memorize a fucking 200-year-old poem?
Yeah.
Like that doesn't help. That doesn't help them.
Yeah.
And it's just stress. It's just added stress.
Yeah. They don't see the logic of doing it. But sometimes for some kids, you do it, and later on they figure out like why I had to do it. I'm not saying it's a good approach to teaching, but that's how adults think. Like I'll teach them this way, and then they'll pick it up like this way.
I imagine it is also like just based off the curriculum that they learned the language there.
I never passed any. So my Saturday school was through the church, and it was split in twain. It was split as Yao Li, it's just like catechism, and then Vietnamese, which is like grammar.
And everybody was the same level?
At first, yeah, you got put in this. I was put in at first grade, and then I moved every year. But and then so if I was like, if I was Yao Li, every year I would graduate and stay in the same level, even though my grammar never got any better. But my catechism was good enough to pass. And then I would, at the end, be confirmed in the Catholic Church. That's like the final step. You're an official Catholic.
And then you get tatted, right?
Yes, I have it right here. I have it across the back of my back.
Across the back.
Yeah, and it says Jesus for life, L-Y-F-E.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was interesting that they don't make the cross very intricate. It's just a line and a line.
The simplicity of it is part of how
Saving money too.
Yeah, they need a lot of money for the scandals.
Don't they also just put the T to make it the T in Christ too?
Sometimes they do, yeah.
Jesus
At the end, they make the T extra big to show that it's the cross. Yeah, it's not the branding is simple but effective.
That's very frugal.
Yeah, like McDonald's.
Appreciate that.
Like McDonald's has just 2 arches, right? So, I mean, I'm saying Catholicism and McDonald's go hand in hand.
Mm-hmm.
And those hands have holes in them.
Well, everybody knows what that sign is. It's time for the podcast to be over. As we are starting to lose interest and about to go out for a cigarette. Thanks so much for tuning in. This has been Andy Van. I've been Fred Lay. Thank you so much to 7 Uppercuts for that awesome theme song.
Tip your wait staff.